Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another resort hopping pin trading video. Today we are headed to All-Star Movie, All-Star Music, All-Star Sport, and then we're jumping over to the Skyliner and we are tackling Pop Century, Art of Animation, and then we are closing out with Disney's Saratoga Springs. We have a lot of resorts to get to, so let's hit it. I have my bag full of pins, my heart full of hope. Let's do this. So I am currently at Disney Springs and we're gonna take the bus over to the All-Star Resort, and the bus is located next to the Coca-Cola store. It's very easy to get around here in Walt Disney World. I've done a couple videos showing you exactly how to use the bus transportation, the monorail, and the Skyliner. So if you need any guidance on any of that, just head over to my channel and you can find the video. But I'll show you the bus directory right now. Well, here is the bus directory and we are headed to the All-Star Resort, which means we are going to bus terminal 17, 18, or 19. Now I always forget which resort comes first, so we're just gonna jump on whichever one happens to arrive first and then just hope that it's properly aligned. But if not, we'll just have to do some bouncing around, which is totally fine. Oh man, I could see the buses for All-Star Sport and All-Star Music. I think we'll go with All-Star Sport and just hope that's one of the resorts that say, well, I guess I'm not going to All-Star Sport because it is taking off right now. Well, that is very embarrassing. We'll catch the next one behind it, which is All-Star Music. Looks like we have a Toy Story bus and the bus driver did see me and he waved, so he knows we're jumping on this bus here. Lovely, we have an empty bus all to ourselves and the air conditioning is 100 right now. It feels so good in here. Now, the number one question I get asked is, Kevin, are the buses free? The answer is yes. The buses are free for you to use, free for you to get around. Now, there are limitations when it comes to the bus. So you could only take from Disney Springs a bus to a resort. You can't go from Disney Springs to Epcot. You can't do that. You have to go to a resort and then transfer from there. And the same thing applies once you're at the resort. You could only get to theme parks from the resort. So you couldn't take a bus from All-Star Sport over to the Polynesian. It's just not possible. You would have to go to the nearest theme park and then transfer from there. So it is an all-day activity, resort hopping, but if you've got a free day, it's a lot of fun. Each resort is themed differently, and they do have resort exclusive merchandise. They have resort exclusive pins, like All-Star has their own set of pins. And also, if you're ever on the hunt for like a specific blind box that is sold out here at Disney Springs or sold out at any of the theme parks, check the resort gift shops because they get most of the same merchandise and people don't tend to go to the resorts to pick up blind boxes, so you'll have luck there. I'm so sorry. Here's a look at the pins that I'm trading today. So I have all of these here and then I have these back here, which are the new hidden Mickey pins that I found through pin trading. We opened up a blind bag at Disney Springs for the short form. We also have some pins in here and I have these in here. Now I want to give a shout out to Pin HQ for hooking me up with this amazing new pin folio mini show. It is my favorite pin accessory, and also they do sell a bag of 10 randomized pins for $55 plus you get the little pin pad included. So that's where most of these right here came from. I purchased a bag for $55. I got the 10 pins plus the mini board and a protective covering so your pins don't get scratched. Now I always get asked, where do I get my pins? Pin HQ is the best place to get your pins. You're getting legit real Disney pins for 55 bucks. It's a really good deal. You're getting really good pins and it doesn't really matter what's in there because you're just going to use them for trading anyway, unless you do want to keep some of them, because I did get some that I ended up holding on to because I like them. But yeah, that's the best place to get your pins, Pin HQ and your pin accessories. All right, so we made it to All-Star Music. Now this is the resort that sits in between All-Star Sport and All-Star Movie, so we will have to do some backtracking, but let's start here. Let's head inside and find our pin boards. Let's head inside the lobby, and our very first pin board is actually gonna be here at the gift shop, Maestro Mickey's. And once you're in the gift shop, the pin board can be found at the register. All right, and here's a look at our first pin board. This is a fantastic pin board. Look at these two. Got the baby Ursula, Sleeper, Star Wars. Oh man, these are really good. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take this Star Wars pin here And then we'll put down, let's do one of the hidden Disney pins. We'll do the treasure cat. And we did our first pin trade. I decided to take the droid pin. This is a part of a droid blind box. This is K2S0 or O. There's no way to know. But I have a friend who is collecting these Star Wars pins, so I grabbed it for them. I like helping people complete their sets. So anytime I see a pin that I know someone is actively searching for, I'll grab it. And let me tell you, that was a very, very healthy pin board. Our next pin board is going to be here at the front desk. You just gotta ask a cast member and they'll grab it for you. And this is the pin board at the front desk. Okay, so my goal today is to find the K and the E for my name. I don't see any here, so let's keep moving. There was nothing on that pin board for me, and now we're gonna pop into the food court, intermission food court, and see if we can find a pin trading cast member. And I searched all around, and there are no pin trading cast members here in the food court. It's kind of 50-50. Like sometimes you'll see a cast member with a little pin pad, but not always. You also wanna check the pool area, because sometimes they'll have a pin board if they're doing like activities out here. Right now it looks like all the lifeguards are all hands on deck right now because the pool is very packed right now. But that's it. I guess we're all done with All-Star Music. Let's head over to All-Star Movie. Because we are in the middle of the 3 resorts, we're gonna have to do some backtracking. So here is the lobby, and then we're just gonna follow this path all the way over to All-Star Movie, and then you're gonna cut through the parking lot. What I love about tackling these resorts is that they all sit on a line, so it's very easy to get to all 3 of them. So we're gonna go ahead and cross this street, and boom, there it is. All-Star Movie. And then this is gonna be the Mighty Duck area first, and you're just gonna keep cutting through until you get to the main resort area, which is gonna be the lobby and the gift shop. Oh, and the food court. For the All-Star Resorts, the pin boards are going to be in the exact same location. So the gift shop, the front desk, maybe the food court will have it. Not always. You don't always find a pin trading cast member in there, but you should always check. Now we are passing the 101 Dalmatian area. We're gonna keep going straight until you see the giant star, and that is the main resort area. Here is the main pool area for All-Star Movie, the Fantasia pool, and then there is the giant star, and that's gonna be the main resort area. Now, I also did do a lap of the pool area just to see if there's a pin trading cast member or a pin board out here, and currently, no pin board outside. But now let's head inside. And our first stop, let's check the food court. World premiere food court. There might be pin trading cast members in there. And it looks like there are no pin trading cast members here in the food court. So let's head to the next stop. Let's go ahead and check the front desk's pin board. They definitely have one. Just gotta ask a cast member. All right, and here is the pin board at the front desk. All right, we're looking for letters. I needed K and an E. I don't see any here. This owl's pretty cute. Alrighty, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So there was nothing on that pin board for me. I really want to find the K and the E for my name. Now, I do have a V, an I, and an N that was given to me by friends that watch. I met them at the park, and they had the I and the V, so we're only missing K and E. Now, our next pin board is gonna be here at the gift shop, Donald's Double Feature. Let's head inside and see what they've got. The pin board is gonna be located all the way in the back of the store, right here at this counter. And then the cast member will grab it for you. So the cast members are busy right now, but I can see the pin board from here, so I don't even feel like I really need to bother them because I could already tell there's not gonna be anything here for me that I need or want for my collection. I don't see any letters. I don't see any of the new hidden Mickey pins, which is something else I'm working on. So that's gonna be it. We are all done with All-Star Movie. And we did find a pin trading cast member here, so look at their pin pad. At the time of filming, it is Friday the 18th, and Easter is on Sunday. And here at the resorts, they're having some Easter activities like an egg hunt, poolside activities, decorate your own wooden eggs. There's a campfire. Now, I don't think you have to be staying here at the resort to enjoy like the egg hunt, because I do believe you have to pay for that experience. So these are all like added on bonuses. Poolside activities, that you might have to be staying here at the resorts, but the campfire, I believe you do pay for the marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers. So you can just walk up even if you're not staying here. The decorate your own egg, you see it has a little price thing there. So you do have to pay for that. So I guess maybe the egg hunt is only for guests staying here. Just ask a cast member, they'll tell you, but usually you can partake even if you're not staying here. All right, and we are all done with All-Star movie. Now we're gonna walk back all the way through, back through All-Star Music to get to All-Star Sport. Now this is just for a mental note for myself. It goes All-Star Movie, All-Star Music, All-Star Sport. So if you're gonna take the bus from Disney Springs, you could either start at Sport or Movie. If you start in the middle, you will have to do some backtracking like we are right now, but it's nothing for me. I like the walk. It's a beautiful day, so I do enjoy that. Now we are reaching the end of All-Star Music, and then you could just take this little path here along the actual room, and then you'll see a giant Coca-Cola cup as you're crossing through the parking lot. Now I like to give you every minute detail because again, I have travel anxiety, so I like to know absolutely everything before I go, so that way I'm not walking around lost. So I like to give like every single detail of how to get around the resorts because I have travel anxiety. So I like to be helpful in that way because maybe you also have travel anxiety and maybe you need to know. But here it is. This is the parking lot. You're gonna cut straight across and just follow the giant Coca-Cola cup, and then boom, you are at All-Star Sport. And I will always recommend doing resort hopping, even if you're not pin trading, just because it's fun to go to each different resort. Again, they're all themed differently, so each one is its own little vibe, and each one does have their own quick service location. Some have sit-down restaurants that you might need a reservation for, but most likely they will have like walk-up availability depending on the time that you're going. But it's fun. There's a lot to do aside from pin trading. You can look at different merch. Each resort has their own themed merch. Different Loungefly, different ears. There's a lot to do at the resorts. And again, this is a free activity. So if you have a free day here at Walt Disney World, just go resort hopping. Have a good time. We made it to the giant Coca-Cola cup, which means we have made it to All-Star Sport. And you're just gonna cut through this entire resort, past the swimming pool, and you're gonna see the giant star again, which signifies that you have made it to the main resort area. We made it to the main area of All-Star Sport. I did a lap of the pool area, no pin board, no pin trading cast member. So now let's head inside, and the door for End Zone Food Court is right here. So I guess let's start with the food court and hope we can find a pin trading cast member in here. As I was headed in End Zone Food Court, I ran into friends who watch. We did a trade and I got this Donald Loungefly pin, which is so cute. And I got this all thanks to
Jessica.
Ethan.
All right. Oh, and what'd you get?
I got a Pirates ear set.
Very nice. Now you have to find the rest of those,
Yes,
which is pretty easy. They're everywhere now.
Yes. But I can never try this one because it's from Kevin.
Well, yeah, you have to hold on to it for the rest of your life, turn it into a necklace,
Yeah.
all of that, and then pass it on to your children. Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Kevin.
You guys, how fabulous is this Donald race car pin? It's like the little race car jacket. I love these. My friend Jessica was telling me that they have Mickey, Minnie, Donald. It's mainly like the core group, and she got this at Box Lunch. Now, she believes they are sold out, so I want to find the rest of these. These are super, super cute, and Loungefly pins are tradable at the boards here at Walt Disney World, so you can use those if you have a few. Now, let me tell you something. Disney, if you're watching, click off. Box Lunch or Loungefly pins are out Disneying the Disney pins because I find myself gravitating towards these pins the most because I just love the design. Like, they are super fun, they're creative, they're pumping out pins like crazy. So shout out to the Loungefly team because these truly are fantastic. And another thing that I love about pin trading is even if you don't know the person, it's just fun to do a trade with anyone walking by, because that's happened to me before where people will be like, are you pin trading? And I'm like, yeah, I'm totally pin trading. And they'll pull out their collection and I'll show them mine and we'll do a trade. That's so fun. I love the pin trading community. I love just making a friend the way we just did, even though they watched. That was my first time meeting them in person. And now I feel like we're lifelong friends because I got this fantastic pin. We're here in the food court, and my friends, I spotted a pin trading cast member. Here is a look at the pin trading cast member's pin pad. Very good pins on here. Would you trade your Easter Donald?
I would trade you this Easter Donald.
Let's do, what else do I have in here? I want to give you something good that's gonna.
You can trade me whatever. It's
Oh,
okay.
how about we do the imaginative icon pin of?
That sounds good.
Yeah. All right, and then I'll take Easter Donald. Wow, you are loaded up. That is crazy. Well, my friends, I had to sit down for a second because I am flabbergasted. Did you see the cast members fanny pack just full of the new hidden Mickey pins? Now, he didn't have any of the chasers. Those you actually have to purchase through the pin bags that they sell, but he had all of the Donalds, he had all of the Blue Series, all of the actual like 25 years of pin trading. Now I did grab the Easter Donald because I do like this Donald set and I kind of want to try to find like the rest of these, but he had them all. He had them all, and looks like All-Star Sport is where it's at today because I'm honestly flabbergasted that he had that many pins. Like he was just pulling pin after pin after pin, and he had like the baby villain series as well. I'm blown away, blown away. So anytime you're resort hopping pin trading, just ask a cast member. Ask a cast member if they have pins. They might be able to locate another cast member who actually does have pins on them, even if they don't. So just always ask. But now let's go ahead and check the pin board here at the front desk. Once again, you just gotta ask the cast member and they'll grab it for you. And here is the pin board at the front desk. Okay, I don't see any letters. That's what we're hunting for. We're also looking for the new hidden Mickey pins. Don't see any of those either. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So there was nothing on that pin board for me, and now we have one more stop here at All-Star Sport, which is going to be Sport Goofy. Let's go check out their pin board. All right, and here is a look at the pin board in the gift shop, plus a pin trading cast members pin pad. Hold on to your wigs, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Charge them, right? $10.
Yeah, it's
because you're gonna be
$10 per minute that I'm filming your pin pad. Yeah. Okay, so I'll definitely take your sadness, and then I will trade you. Let's see what else I got. Let's give you something good, and then I'll give you. How about a munchling? Is that cool? All right, thank you so much. What a score. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another hidden Mickey pin. We got sadness. Oh my gosh, this resort is popping off. Her pin pad was just loaded, and so was the pin board. Okay, we're gonna call it All-Star Sport for the win. Out of the 3 All-Star resorts, Sport is definitely the winner. I mean, the hidden Mickey pins, absolutely everywhere. Also, munchlings, everything was so good. A lot of great pins here. Make sure you're coming to All-Star Resorts if you're gonna do resort hopping pin trading. It's where it's at. It is where it's at. Now we are all done with the All-Star Resorts. It's time to jump on a bus and head to a theme park. We're actually gonna go to Disney's Hollywood Studios because there we can take the Skyliner over to Pop Century and Art of Animation. Now, like I said, you could only go from resort to theme park. You can't go from resort to another resort unless it's walking distance like we just did for all the All-Star Resorts. But I couldn't get to Polynesian from here. I would have to transfer to Magic Kingdom, and then from Magic Kingdom take the monorail to Polynesian. So you cannot take a resort bus to another resort. You do have to have like a little in-between theme park situation. So as I am waiting for the bus to Hollywood Studios, this would be a good time to remind you about equal value trading. Make sure you are equal value trading, meaning if you see a good pin on there, make sure you're also putting down a good pin. And when I say good pin, I mean a real Disney pin that you got from Character Warehouse, Pin HQ, even if you bought a single one here at the parks. If you purchase the pin on eBay in one of those lots that you only paid $25 for 50 pins, most likely those pins are not real. They're scrapper pins. So it's really up to you when it comes to like trading scrappers. I say, yeah, you can trade a scrapper if you are trading for another scrapper, hence equal value trade. So I always keep a little bit of scrappers on me just in case I do like another scrapper that is there. Now, it's totally up to you. If you don't want to trade scrappers, you don't have to do so. Scrappers, they're not going anywhere. It is an epidemic out here. There's nothing Disney can do about the fake pins being traded on the boards. I know some cast members were doing diamond for diamond, which means like there's a little diamond hidden Mickey on the back of a pin, and they would check that first, and then you would have to trade another diamond pin, diamond for diamond. But I think Disney made them stop doing that, so now cast members really have no control over the fake pin situation. But equal value trade is all I'm saying. If you're going to take a good pin, leave a good pin. I recently had someone tell me, hey, it's not your job to make sure people are trading equal value or whatever. He was like, this is Disney's job, not yours. Listen, anybody who has a platform and who's talking about pin trading, it is your responsibility to make sure you're telling people, hey, equal value trade, keep the pin boards fair. Again, you can trade scrappers if you want to, but if you're trading them, just trade them for another scrapper. That's all I'm saying. All right, and here is the bus for Hollywood Studios. Let's go. All right, my friends, we made it to Hollywood Studios. We are currently at the bus terminal, and now we're gonna walk over to the Skyliner and then take the Skyliner to Disney's Art of Animation and Pop Century Resort. And I'll show you how to use the Skyliner once again. Here is the Skyliner directory. So now boarding, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. So if you get off, you can walk over to Caribbean Beach Resort, or you can transfer to Art of Animation, Pop Century Resort, Riviera Resort, or Epcot. So let's jump on and head to Art of Animation and Pop Century Resort. So I am up next, and I am waiting for the day I get a Zootopia Skyliner. I think we're gonna get Pirates of the Caribbean right now. We made it onto the Skyliner. We're about to take off. We ended up getting the Pirates Skyliner, so it does have a little wrap. Shout out to the cast member. He saw me filming and he was like, hey, would you want one that's clear so that way you could see out? And I was like, no, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna hold up the line just for some visuals, because you still can see out pretty clear. It's not as clear as like the ones without the film, but shout out to him. Thanks for asking. Now,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the
every
Disney
time,
Skyliner.
every time I'm filming on the Skyliner, you decide to pop off. Go ahead, have your moment, because you won't have too many more.
National Gateway, Art of Animation Resort.
You done?
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Hollywood today. Now say goodbye to your adoring fans below. Bye!
Okay, so once again, now from here we're going to transfer over to Pop Century and Art of Animation. Those two resorts do connect, so you only got to take the Skyliner over one time, and then if we were going to hit like the other resorts that sit around the Skyliner, we would walk over to Caribbean Beach Resort, and from Caribbean Beach Resort you could walk over to Riviera Resort, and then from Riviera Resort you would take the Skyliner over to the Epcot Resort area, and then the resorts that are over there are Disney's Boardwalk, Yacht Club, Beach Club. So this is like the best bet for resort hopping pin trading.
In just a few moments, we will be traveling over the headwaters of the Everglades.
I mean, I was talking for a minute, so I was asking for it. But yeah, this is like the best way to do resort hopping, in my opinion, that makes sure you can hit like a lot of different resorts and you don't have to do so much traveling. So we only had to jump on a bus twice and one Skyliner transportation. So it's not bad. Now there are other ways you can get around. So you could have just taken a bus from here over to, I think, oh God, like Animal Kingdom Lodge or any one of those resorts. So it really just depends. So I recommend just mapping out where you want to go, what resorts you want to see, and then just, you know, use the transportation for that. Y'all, it is Wendy Williams outside, and my Sky Gondola bucket is swaying side to side. This has never happened to me before. Oh my gosh. So we arrived at the transfer center. The gondola is stopping now. So once these doors open, you're going to look for the sign that says Pop Century and Art of Animation. Disney does a fantastic job of putting signs everywhere so you never get lost. And also there's always cast members around, so they'll be able to help you if you need it. So we are now off the Sky Gondola. Thank you. And then we're gonna take this little path all the way up, and then there's gonna be a sign in the middle. So where that little clock is, it kind of tells you the breakdown of where to go. So Riviera Resort and Epcot is gonna be that Sky Gondola right here, so this Skyliner. And then if you wanted to go to Hollywood Studios, you would just jump back in line here. And then if you want to take the walking path over to Caribbean Beach Resort, you just head down that path there. We're headed to Pop Century and Art of Animation, so this is our Sky Gondola right here. So let's just jump in line. And we made it onto the Sky Gondola. We're headed to Pop Century and Art of Animation. Now, I do like this Sky Gondola because it goes over the water and you get to see the Little Mermaid resort, which is Art of Animation. So that resort is themed to, I think, 3 different films: Lion King, Cars, Little Mermaid. No, 4. I'm sorry. Finding Nemo is also a part of the lineup. This is Art of Animation, and this is the Little Mermaid portion of the resort. It's got cute little bubbles all over the banisters, plus little seahorses. And we are now about to dock here at the terminal for Art of Animation and Pop Century Resort. Man, that always scares me. That initial like stopping of the Skyliner, terrifying. But we are here, so let's head to the resort. And here we are at Pop Century and Art of Animation. Now, once you step off of the Skyliner, Pop Century is going to be on your left, and Art of Animation is going to be on your right. So we're going to start at Art of Animation. Animation Hall is where you're going to find your pin boards. It's where you can find the front desk, the gift shop, and the food court. So we're going to cut through the Finding Nemo area straight ahead, and that's Animation Hall. What I love about Art of Animation and Pop Century, and honestly all the Valley resorts, is that they have these giant like statues all around. So here is Mr. Ray from Finding Nemo. Where's his face? There he goes, Mr. Ray from Finding Nemo. And then on the other side, there's a giant Ursula. There's also a photo op with Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba. I like these Valley resorts because the theming, I'm sorry, it's better themed than like the Grand Floridian. No shade to the Grand Floridian, but when I'm at Disney, I want to feel like I'm at Disney, and these resorts definitely do that job of making it feel like you're at Walt Disney World, especially Art of Animation, because they have so many of the different IPs here. But even for Pop Century, they have a giant Baloo statue. I'll show you when we head over there. But it just feels very Disney, these resorts. You know what I mean? And then as you pay more, you're getting more of that like luxury experience. But I'll take theming over luxury any day. This is the Cars area, and just theming for me is really good. I'm a stickler for theming. So the walkways do turn into streets, so they look like actual streets that a car will drive on. And then there's different photo ops of different characters from the films. So it's very cool over there. And here we are at Animation Hall. Let's head inside and locate our pin boards. Our first stop here at Art of Animation is going to be the gift shop, ink and paint shop. Let's head inside. Once you are inside the gift shop, the pin board is going to be located at the back register. So here is a look at the pin board plus a pin trading cast member's pin pad. Wow, this board is full, a very full pin board. Now I am looking for letters. Oh, that's pretty cute though. A little Pluto. Yeah, he's very cute. All right, now I don't see anything here that I need or want for my collection, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. There was nothing on that pin board for me, but baby, that pin board was jam-packed. Was it jam-packed with good pins? No, but it was jam-packed. There were a lot of pins on there. Now, we're going to pop into the Landscape of Flavors, which is the food court here, and see if we can spot a pin trading cast member. By the way, I went to trim my beard, and the guard fell off, and I went, and it ripped off my whole beard, so that's why I don't have a beard right now. It's giving very like... Here is the food court area, and it is all coming back to me now. There once was a pin board right there, because I remember chatting with a cast member. So if they did have pin trading in here, it would be right here at this counter. So they currently do not have pin trading inside the food court. So we are all done with the food court and the gift shop, and now we have a pin board at the Disney Vacation Club counter. Now each Vacation Club counter should have a pin board, so not always. They should, but it's not always there. But luckily today it is. All right, and here is the pin board at the DVC counter. Me gusta this little Donald. I think I'm gonna take that little Donald. He's pretty cute. Here's a look at the other pins. And I ended up putting down the little robot from Wall-E. I think there's like a whole set of these. So I did a trade. I got this cute little Donald. Now I was trying to inspect the pin to see if it was a legit pin. I can't tell. So for the most part, I'm just gonna treat it as if it was. So I did do an equal value trade. I'll have to take this to my friend Mike to have it inspected, but I thought he was so cute. He looks like he might be from like maybe Shanghai Disney or Tokyo Disney, maybe? I don't know, because on the back, let me show you the back of this pin really quick. So based on the back of the pin, it does appear to be a Walt Disney World pin, and everything looks in order. And a way you can tell if a pin is fake is if there are dips in the enamel, and I don't see any dips. The quality of the pin does feel legit. So this might possibly be the real deal. So I'm happy. I like him. I need to figure out where he's from. Me gusta. This Donald. As I mentioned, Easter is like right around the corner, and here at the resorts they have these different like Easter egg displays. Here's a Toy Story one. It's the green alien at Pizza Planet, and it's in an actual pizza box. That is so cool. Here is an Up one. So Kevin's body is the base of the egg, I believe, and then Kevin's little babies are there, and then you got the whole cast plus the house, Ellie and Carl's house. Very cute. We have, oh, of course there's a Stitch one. I would be shocked if there wasn't a Stitch egg display, but it looks like Pleagley, Jumba, Angel, Scrum, Lilo's dress, the island of Hawaii, all the different sayings, and then the giant Easter egg of Stitch. And then lastly, which is the winner, if you can vote, where do I, oh, voting. Oh, you actually can vote. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have to go online and vote. Oh, scan this QR code to vote. Oh, I wonder if I show this QR code, if you people at home can also vote, because hello, this is obviously the winner, the Expedition Everest one. That is fantastic. Oh man, there's even like the little train cart on the actual tracks. All right, whoever designed this, y'all popped off, because this is fantastic. Wow, and then once again, here is the voting information. So if you do want to vote, I guess you could either go to that website or you can scan this QR code. So if you're watching on your TV while you're folding laundry, go ahead and scan that barcode and vote for whichever egg you thought was the best. But now let us get back to pin trading. Our next pin board is going to be here at the very cool front desk. And here's a look at the pin board at the front desk, you guys. I need this Star Wars pin of Princess Leia. I have been on the hunt for that. There's also a letter, but once again, it's another U. Seems to be the most popular letter is the U. Okay, so I definitely want this Princess Leia one, and I'm gonna put down the unicorn from Inside Out. What a score, my friends. It is the Princess Leia Star Wars pin. So I do have 3 other characters in this pin set. I definitely needed Princess Leia, so fantastic. Hooray for today. Now, I believe that's our last pin board, because normally there's a pin board at this community center here, and it is closed right now, but when it is open, there is a pin board where all the cast members are doing the activities. So if you're here pin trading at Art of Animation, make sure you're also checking out the community hall. And we are all done with Art of Animation. Now we're gonna once again cut through the Finding Nemo area, past the Skyliner, and to Disney's Pop Century Resort. We are passing the Skyliner once again, and we're just gonna follow the path straight ahead, cutting through the main pool area, all the way to, I believe it's Contemporary Hall? No, I don't know, I don't remember, but we're gonna go straight until we get to the main area of Pop Century Resort. Sorry, my friends, it's Classic Hall. We're headed to Classic Hall. So we're right here, we're just gonna cut straight all the way through to Classic Hall. This is the 60s groovy inspired resort area. So you've got these really cute little flowers all around, and you'll find little nods to the 60s era. There is the giant statue of Baloo that I was mentioning, and they put him over here because Jungle Book was released sometime in the 1960s. So once again, really cool area for photo ops, a lot of fun stuff over in this area. So on my way to the main area here at Pop Century, I ran into a friend who watches, and we did a pin trade. I got this St. Patrick's Day Donald, all thanks to
Nina, and I got this munchling.
Woohoo!
And my TikTok is at Nina Disney.
At Nina Disney. So follow for more pin trading content on TikTok. Thank you so much for the trade, and thanks for watching. And I'll give you a follow. I'll be watching for sure. Nice to meet you. Would you look at that, friends? We did another pin trade with a friend who watches. Shout out to Nina for giving me the Donald St. Patrick's Day. Fantastic, fantastic. I think we're only missing, who are we missing? I'm missing Christmas Donald, who is the chaser for that set. And I think there's one more holiday. Oh, 4th of July Donald. He's sitting on a little lounge chair, I believe, and he's got like a 4th of July aesthetic to him. So we have to find that today, or hopefully soon, and then we would just need Christmas Donald and we would have the whole set. Now I love pin trading with friends who watch, so Nina, thank you so much for saying hi and doing the trade with me. So lovely meeting you. And also, Nina's grandmother is collecting the alphabets. She has all of them, except for the Z. And now it is my personal mission to find her that Z. We will bring you that Z, I promise. One more thing before we head into Classic Hall and check out the pin boards. If you ever see me out and about and I'm in the middle of filming, I don't care. Come up to me, say hello, I'll put down the camera, or if you want to be in the video, you can totally be in the video. But I say that because I always give away a sticker to friends that watch, just to say thank you so much for supporting what we're doing here on the internet. So please, please come up to me, say hello, claim your sticker. They're Zootopia stickers sometimes, they're Munchling stickers sometimes. Sometimes I'm giving away Doorables. So always, if you see me, come say hi. Even if you've seen me once before and you just want to say hi again, please do, because I will also give you another sticker. So please come say hi. I don't care if I'm filming. I'll stop filming. It's more important for me to meet my friends. All right, now back to the pins. And here we are at the main area of Pop Century. Let's head inside Classic Hall. All right, and we made it inside. Oh man, there's another Easter egg display. All right, we'll definitely have to check that out as we're exiting. But our first pin board is going to be here in the gift shop, Everything Pop. And once you're inside the gift shop, the pin board is going to be here at this register. All right, and here is a look at the pin board. All right, oh, they do have one of the droids from the Star Wars hidden Disney pins or hidden Mickey pins. I don't see anything that I need for my collection, but not a bad board, not a bad board. So while I was pin trading, I ran into someone else who's pin trading, Emma, and we did a trade. So I got another one of these presents. This is the goofy one from Loungefly, and then I traded away the K2SO or 0. There's no way to know. Wow, you got really good pins, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, I love these. I ran into Emma, but I don't know her. She doesn't watch my videos. She was just someone out here pin trading, and that's what I'm talking about. I love the pin trading community because everyone's like, what you got? You got anything good? Here's what I got. Let's do a trade. Love that. And I actually got another one of the pins that I needed. So that's the goofy one, a part of the Loungefly little presents. And I got this pin from Pin HQ, the Donald, and that's the one that I like that I ended up wanting to keep. So sweet. Now we have to finish the rest of these and hopefully find them. And once again, Loungefly pins are out Disneying the Disney pins. Now, I did just want to do a lap of the food court to see if I found a pin trading cast member, and unfortunately, there are none. So let's keep moving. So we're all done with Everything Pop and the food court. And then there is a DVC counter here, but it looks like no one's there right now, so we have to scratch off that pin board. But if you're coming here to pin trade, make sure you're checking out the DVC counter as well. Ooh, I just spotted a pin trading cast member. And I did spot a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. Now we are gonna do rock, paper, scissors, shoot for this pin here to see what it is. So I did end up winning rock, paper, scissors, and then here's a look at the pin. Now, I don't need that for my collection, but this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. That was so fun. That was my first time ever doing rock, paper, scissors for the pin. And honestly, I prefer that versus a blind trade. I thought she was gonna say, it's a blind trade. But now let's take a look at the pin board here at the front desk. And here is the pin board at the front desk. Very bare. Nothing here for me, so let's keep moving. Now, I just want to mention, because in the past, I have spotted a pin board in this little corner here. So if you're coming to Pop Century, just make sure you're popping into this little corner here. This is kind of where they do the activities for all the kids. It's where they have the TV where you can watch a Disney film, and then they'll usually be set up like right here. So make sure you're checking. They don't have one right now, but you always got to check. So we are all done with Pop Century and Art of Animation. Now I have two options here. I could either jump on a bus to Disney Springs from here and then take the walking path over to Saratoga Springs, or I could jump back on the Skyliner and then ride over to Hollywood Studios after we do a transfer, and then take the bus from Hollywood Studios directly to Saratoga Springs, which I think in this scenario, the most sense would be to just wait for the bus to Disney Springs, so that way I don't have to do much backtracking. So we're gonna jump on a Disney bus and head to Disney Springs. Oh, wait, we gotta go check out the Easter eggs. I'm sorry. So here are the Easter eggs. So first up, we have a little Eve from Wally. This was done by the admin team. And then here is Moana, right? Yes, Moana. This was done by Food and Beverage. Here is Cinderella Castle, done by Custodio. Oh, wow, shout out to the Custodial team. That is fantastic. Fun fact, I used to work custodial for Caribbean Beach Resort. Oh my gosh, they put Cinderella inside the egg. That is hilarious. Okay, very nice. Good job, Custodial. Here is an Inside Out 2 egg. Oh, and it has lights. This was done by merchandising. Ooh, wow, that's really good as well. Ooh, oh man, now this is getting hard. This is getting hard because I do love Epcot. Here is the Epcot Spaceship Earth, done by the front desk team. Look at all the different eggs that represent the different areas in Epcot. They also added Figment on the top there. And merchandising on the bottom. So behind those eggs, they printed out like the merchandising area. Okay, this one wins for attention to detail. Shout out to the front desk team. That's fantastic. Here is a Bambi egg designed by the reception. Okay, very cute. There's Bambi and Thumper inside the egg. And then the next one, which I think is the winner actually, it is the Pop Century Resort, down to like the pool area, the different themed areas, the 1990s, the 1950s, the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Okay, this might be the winner, and this was done by Housekeeping. And look at the little housekeeping egg. All right, y'all won. Y'all popped off. This is definitely the winner. This is so cute. Now, we can also vote on which egg you like. Here is the voting information. There it goes. I'll get closer so you can scan the QR code, or you can head over to this website here. But get your phones out, take a picture. I know your hands are wet because you're washing dishes. Pause the video really quick or rewind. So I've actually never taken the bus from Pop Century, so I had a hard time finding the bus area. I got a little confused, but it's actually right outside. So I just exited from the main lobby area. And then you're just gonna wrap around this corner. You're gonna look at the decade signs, and then boom, all the different colored pops is where you're gonna wait for your bus. And here comes the bus for Disney Springs. So we made it to Disney Springs, and now we're gonna walk over to Saratoga Springs. There's a walking path that you can take from Disney Springs, but since we're here, we might as well pop into a few different shops and take a look at their pinboards. So let's go ahead and check out the pinboard at Ever After. All right, and here's a look at the pinboard in Ever After. Oh my gosh, character mug. That is really, really good. Oh, and we have a lanyard. Thank you so much. Ooh, very nice. Are these trivia or
Blind trade.
blind trade? I'm gonna stay away from blind trade. I've been failing at blind trades, but thank you so much. And here is a look at a pin trading cast members pin pad. Trivia or blind trade?
Trivia.
Trivia. So I got the trivia right, and it is one of the Alice in Wonderland blind box pins. And then I'll let you pick the next for your trivia.
I will take the Thumper, I think. The
Thumper?
25.
Yeah, sounds good. So while I was in there, we did a trivia. The question was, name the animated film that has the most lyrics. And the answer was Alice in Wonderland, after a lot of help from the cast member. And then I got the lantern from the blind box set, the Alice in Wonderland little teacups. And then as I turned around, I ran into someone who wanted to do a trade with me. And they were like, I noticed you collect Zootopia. I have a Judy Hopps pin. Would you like to trade that pin you just got for this Zootopia one? And I said absolutely, because I didn't plan on doing that set anyway. So we ended up getting a Judy Hopps Zootopia pin, which is this one here. Sorry, I only got 2 hands. Here's a better look at that Judy Hopps pin, Bunny Best Friend. Now I do have this pin already, but just in case there's another Judy Hopps collector out there, I have a duplicate to trade. I'm not going to be tackling every pin board here at Disney Springs, but I do have a separate video where I show you exactly where every pin board is here. So it's up on my page. I think it's titled Resort Hopping / Pin Trading here at Disney Springs, and I showed you where each board was. And I do have short form videos of where all the boards are on Instagram and TikTok at WDW Kevin. I am the cockroach of the internet. You can find me just about anywhere. Now we're gonna pop into the world of Disney and see if they have their pin board out right now. If the world of Disney was doing pin trading right now, it would be over here in this area with all the pin accessories and little blind bags. Oh, I spot a pin trading cast member. False alarm, friends. no pin trading right now. And then if they did have their pin board, it would be right here. They would usually bring out a table and then put the pin board on top. So no pin trading here in the world of Disney right now. We are continuing to make our way over to the walking path, but we do have another pin board coming up, and that is going to be here at Marketplace Co-op. And then the pin board is actually going to be towards the back of the store where you can find all the Run Disney merchandise. And then it's going to be at the register. And here is a look at their pin board. Oh, look at the little Carl hot air balloon. That's cute. Oh, Snow White, what is happening to you, girl? She bit the apple a few times. Oh, my Lord. All right, nothing I need here. Let's keep moving. Now let's cross over to the pin trading store and check out their pin board, and then we'll head to the resort. And this is the pin board at the pin trading store. I could have sworn, oh yeah, Peter Pan hat. That's cute. I spotted a lady pin the other day. All right, nothing here for me. And now it's time to head over to Saratoga Springs. Now, here is the walking path. It's next to the ride sharing, so you're just gonna follow that path all the way. You're gonna pass the Saratoga Steamboat Company, which is the boat over to Old Key West and French Quarter. But if you're looking for the path, it's right next door to Once Upon a Toy. So pretty easy. So there's the pin trading store. Once Upon a Toy. Also, they have a pin board. It's never that good, but they do have one. And now we are on the walking path, and you just follow this straight ahead, and then it's going to lead you directly to Saratoga Springs. Here is the bridge, and then the Saratoga Steamboat that I was mentioning is going to be right here on your left. You're going to pass that up and just keep walking straight to Saratoga Springs. And we made it to Saratoga Springs. Now, the pin boards are actually going to be in the main area at the front desk, the gift shop location / the food court, and also this resort has a community hall that has a pin board. So we're gonna keep following this trail. It is a bit of a walk, but that's all right, we'll get there. And then the community hall is actually gonna be first. So we're gonna take this path all the way up, make a right, and then you'll see the main little area. From that path, I made a right, and now I'm cutting through this resort parking, and then I'm just gonna look for this path again. And then you're gonna stay on that straight ahead. And then you're gonna see the community hall, which is where our first pin board is gonna be. There's also the bike rentals and the main pool area. And also there are signs everywhere to help you get around so you don't get lost. But Saratoga Springs, although it is big, it is easy to get around. Now we are coming up on the community hall. So first is the guest laundry, and then the second door is the community hall. And the community hall is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then you can just go inside. And the pin board is gonna be at this counter here. All right, and here is a look at the pin board. Okay, I don't see any letters or anything else I need for my collection. So we're gonna keep moving. So there was nothing on that pin board for me. Now we're gonna head to the main area, which is the artist palette. That's the quick service location / the gift shop. They have a pin board, and then there's also a pin board at the front desk. And here is the artist palette. It is right next to the main pool area. We're gonna head inside and check out their pin board. Here is the artist palette gift shop, and the pin board should be at the register. Just gotta ask a cast member. So I did a pin trade here at the pin board. It's currently getting a facelift, but I found 2 more of the hidden Disney pins. So I found the Hitchhiking Ghost and also Bernie from the Blue series. And then I traded away Leia and Luke. All right, and then they also have a trivia here that we're gonna take a crack at. So they do have a trivia here, and if you answer all 5 questions right, and they range from easy, medium, and hard, you get to pick something from the paint can, and here's a look at what they have. Oh my gosh. I think I wanna do the Festival of the Holidays from California. That's pretty cool. Well, my friends, that was a really fun trivia. So they have this little booklet with a whole bunch of trivia questions, and in order to do the trivia, you have to be able to answer all 5 of the questions. There's different categories like princesses, Disney parks, Disney films. I went with princesses, and each tier was different. So they had an easy, I believe my first question was, what is the name of Jasmine's tiger? The answer was Raja. The next question was, how many brothers does Merida have? The answer was 3. The next question after that was, Oh, which slipper fell off on Cinderella, the left or the right? The answer was the left. The next one was who designed the shoe in the live action Cinderella, and the answer to that was Swarovski crystal. And then I had one more question. I can't remember it right now. I feel like it had something to do with Snow White. Anyway, there's 5 questions, and then if you get it right, you get to pick from the paint can. So I got the California Festival of the Holidays. Anytime I see a California pin, I'm just like, ooh, I want it. So I got this one here, which is pretty cool. And also, shout out to the cast member there. She was refreshing the board. That's why it was such a weird angle that I was filming on. She was refreshing the board, and she was taking out scrapper pins and kind of setting them to like a side where, you know, those are all the scrapper pins. So if you want to trade those, you can. But she had like mostly legit pins coming out. So it was awesome. It was truly awesome. That was probably the best trivia I've ever done. If you don't see it out here, make sure you ask the cast member and have fun with it. It was a really, really good time. Now we have one more. No, we should have two more pin boards here. The next one should be at the DVC counter. Now I don't know if it's there right now. We'll definitely have to check, but I'm just so excited we got to do that. And also the cast member was super friendly. So shout out to her. Oh, and we did also end up getting Bernie from the Blue series and the Hitchhiking Ghost from the Disney D series. Now I want to find the chaser for this pin so bad. It's Mickey and Minnie hanging off of the D. I think it's so cute. Now that one you could only get through a blind bag. So I might cave and open one for Instagram and TikTok later on this week. But yeah. Not bad, not bad. And here is the DVC counter, and unfortunately, no pin board right now. So we got one more pin board to check out, and that is going to be at the front desk. And here is the front desk, and our pin board is right there in the corner. Here is a look at the pin board at the front desk. So they do have a Y, a U, and an S. First time seeing any other letter besides the U. No K, no E. Nothing here for me. And that was our final pin board on today's adventure. Let's review the pins we found today. So starting off with the mini board, today we found the Easter Donald. We also found the St. Patrick's Day Donald, all thanks to friend who watches, Nina. So nice meeting you. Did we get Valentine's Day Donald today? I don't remember, but we definitely got Sadness today. And then over on this side, we got the Star Wars pin, which was definitely a score for today. We got this little Donald pin, who's an absolute cutie, and who I think is a real pin. Over on this pad, we got the Donald Racing Jacket, which I love this collection of pins. I definitely want to find more. And we got this pin, thanks to Jessica. And then over on this side, we got the Bernie and the Hitchhiking Ghost hidden Disney pin. We got another present from another pin trader. That was an awesome find. Up on this side, we got a Judy Hopps pin. Judy's my girl. I love Judy. And then we just got the Festival of the Holidays for California Adventure 2022. So overall, fantastic day pin trading. Alrighty, friends, that's going to do it for our time resort hopping pin trading. Today was successful. It was a lot of fun. Now in the comments, let me know what resorts you would like to see next. And for more Disney content like this, make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin. I am the cockroach of the internet. I post daily, almost 3 times a day, different little adventures that we go on, checking out merchandise, doing pin trades. So make sure you're following me on all the socials. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.